putting more into it than what you get out of it. What's going on, ladies and gents in Cyberland? I'm coming back to you with another educational video. And this time this is not really going to be a fully real estate. This is going to be more personal and just giving different perspectives about my life and about what I do and what I try to do. So the video kind of is about putting more into it than what you get out of it. Okay? So with anything in life, in order for you to get better, you're going to have to put the work into it. You're going to have to put effort into it. And depending on what that is, the amount of work you put in doesn't always result in the same equate. It doesn't always correlate. So let's say you put in 3 hours of studying and you're expecting to get an A+ on a test. That doesn't always correlate. It might correlate to you getting a B+. It might correlate to you getting a C. However, what in the long run of things, what it does show is that what is it that you put in, that you thought you put in, and why did you get the grade that you got? And that doesn't mean you did a terrible job. What it means is, what can you do the next time, or what can you do better to make you to get a better result? And it also means that, hey, your abilities might be lacking, or your cylinders are not firing on all cylinders. They're not all to where you need to be just yet, and that's okay. There's always room for improvement. The reason why I bring this up is because my experience with certain things that I've done, I've had people over the years try to say it comes easy to me. I've had people say, oh, it's natural, and they don't understand the work that I have to put into it. It just didn't come into my lap. I don't like to say I'm just naturally gifted. I don't feel I'm naturally gifted. I feel that anything I want to do, I just set my mind to do it, and I study it, I train for it, and I try to look at where I'm lacking, even when I talk with my mentor, and I try to look at what can I do to make myself better, and how can I improve, and what didn't I do right, or what did I do wrong, or what is it that's going to help me get to the next step. And that didn't happen overnight. That doesn't just come, and that doesn't come in any avenue that I do. That doesn't come in me playing video games. That doesn't come in me playing my guitar. That doesn't come with me in writing, in mathematics, in building, and of course in real estate, being a realtor. I've been in the game now for a little bit, and I've learned a lot so far, and I still have a long way to go. I don't know everything, and there's things that I still don't know. I can only talk about my experiences and what I've learned so far. Does that mean that I'm a bad realtor? No. It just means that I'm not 20 years in the game. I haven't experienced 20 years of working with different people and different mindsets, different personalities. Worked with a couple personalities, and they've been a blast. And some of them, they were okay, and some of them weren't too pleasant. And that's all right. That's part of the game. That's why you get into the business. And everything I've learned from every one of those experiences, I've taken something with me where I was like, what could I have done better with this? Where can I improve? And what did I do good? Because it's not just, the one thing you don't want to do with anything where you're trying to prove is just talk about how you didn't do anything right. You still got to look at what you did right and where can you improve. What didn't you do so great, or where did you suck at? Because, you know, we're going to say that to ourselves sometimes. Some of us will, you know. Where did I do great and where was I terrible? And where was I okay? Here's an example. So, if you watch any of my videos, you'll notice that I've been doing a lot of Green Day guitar playing. The reason being is those songs come a lot easier to me. And it doesn't mean I can't play anything else. It's just I played those for a long time that I know how to play them without having errors or making mistakes. However, there's other songs that I'm actually working on right now, guitar covers, that I need to spend more time on. And some music that I play where people will look at it and think, oh, that comes natural. No, it doesn't. That took me months to play that track, or that took me months to be able to do this or do that. But to be able to play at that speed, to be able to move my hands like that didn't come overnight. That took a long time. Matter of fact, there's a song I'm working on right now called Master of Puppets by Metallica. And I've been working on that for over a year. Why? Because my speed is not up to par. And the very beginning of that song, I spent months and months and months and months and months, I wouldn't say over a year, but at least a year, working on that first 30 seconds of the song. And some people are like, well, hey, that's what it took for me. Everybody's different. Everybody's journey is different. And I kept putting in the time. You know, every day that I had the time, I would put in at least 15 to 30 minutes of just doing the riff over and over again. Hand clenching up, arm clenching up, getting tired, having to take quick breaks, and just going back to it. And just kept doing it. And mind you, the amount of time that I put into doing that, look, this is an 8-minute song, which I'm still working on. This is like over an 8-minute song. And that little 30 seconds, I put in months and months to get that speed up, to get to that speed where I can play that proficiently. Sometimes I still fall a little short where I make a mistake, but the point is I had to put in months just to get that. But the output was satisfying, but the amount of time I put in it didn't equate. So I put in months and months and months of trying to get this part, and that's all I got was this part. And I still have the rest of the 8-minute and 40-second song to go through. And I put in months and months just to get that 30 seconds. And my point is, that's how life is. Not everybody's blessed with a gift to do every little thing, and things that you want to do or you see, it's going to take work. It's going to take dedication. You're going to have to be consistent. Like I said in one of my first videos, you're going to have to be consistent. It doesn't happen overnight. The success doesn't come right overnight. With whatever you do, whether that's playing a sport, playing an instrument, or opening your own business, or even relationships. Some people, they're gifted where they can just socially talk to women or talk to men, and it just works for them. And other people, they have to work harder at it. And then it's also what you deem is important. Because some people don't deem relationships important. Some people don't deem having their own business important. Some people don't deem being the best at the sport or playing an instrument. Some people deem other things. They want to be the best writer. They want to, it's just what you want to put, what you want to do. Get out what you put into it. And not all of us are the same. But one thing you have to do is never assume or make a judgment call on somebody to say they're just naturally gifted. Because most of us are not naturally gifted. Michael Jackson, everybody always likes to talk about Michael Jackson with what he did as an artist and what he was able to do. They said, he was just gifted. No, he wasn't. He had a gift, but it just wasn't given to him. He had to work for it. And he tells you. See, everybody sees the finished product. Everybody saw him on stage. Everybody saw the album. They didn't see everything behind the scenes, how long it took him to do those tracks, how many times he had to sing on those tracks to get them right, how many times he had to practice off stage or practice to get the dance moves right for the concert that he was doing. Y'all don't see that. You just see the finished product. And the same thing goes for people who open up a business. When you see them, hey, they got a sale, or hey, they got a listing as a realtor. Oh, well, it makes sense. No, it doesn't. Do you see how many days they had to work from sunup until sundown? Do you see how many days they had to work? How many weekends they had to give up? How many times they had to give up spending time with their family? How much time they had to sacrifice just to be able to get a listing or just to be able to get a sale? Yeah, that didn't happen overnight. That took resilience. That took effort. That took dedication. That took consistency. Even on days where you just felt like giving up. A lot of realtors were like that, me myself included. There were some times where I didn't want to get up and put on this suit and go work. There were some days I'm just like, forget it. What's the point? Every one of us has those times, but it's what you deem as important. Is this what you want to do? Then do it. Because you're going to have good days and bad days. But what are you going to do about it? How are you going to put your best foot forward about it? There's some times where I don't want to practice my guitar. I got to do it because I know in the long run I want to be able to play what all the bands I listen to, Slash, Billy Corgan, Kirk Hammett. There's so many guitarists that I can name, but I just, those ones come off the top of my head. I want to play just as good as them. I got to put the work in. I want to be able to play the songs that they wrote. Maybe at one point come up with my own stuff. I got to put the work in. And all that time I'm spending putting the work in, I'm getting a little bit better. But it's taking time. Same thing with being a realtor. You got to put the work in. Nobody just gives you anything. And that's the same thing if you want to be a doctor, if you want to be a nurse, if you want to be a lawyer, any profession you're interested in, you got to put the work in. You got to put all this time in, and then what you get out of it might be very small. But the point is, you're better after putting all that work in than you were before you did it. Guaranteed. I have to tell my sons that. I'm working with one of my sons. I'm playing guitar. He thinks he's not improving, but I have to say, hey, look where we started. Look where we're at. My other son, I'm teaching him the drums. He gets frustrated because he can't get a lick down. I say, hey, wait. Look where we started and look where we're at. Sometimes I get frustrated. Sometimes I feel a certain way about how I'm doing, whether it's being a realtor, or whether it's my instrument, or whether it's just being a parent, being a homeowner. We all been there. Gotta look like, hey, where'd you start? Where you at? All that effort you put in, this is what you're getting out of it. And yeah, it doesn't always correlate. Are you better where you're at right now than where you were 5 years ago? Or, for me, my guitar. Am I better where I am now than when I was working on playing my guitar a year ago? Yeah. Because now I'm venturing out and doing different things. I haven't made videos about it, but I am venturing out and doing different things than I was maybe 3 years ago. Even these videos. I felt self-conscious about making videos. And then I just did it. Whether people are going to watch, whether you guys are going to watch them or not, whether people are going to support them or not. Whether people have something positive to say, whether they have something negative to say. Does it change anything for me? No. Still going to do them. Get better. And be better than when I first started making videos than where I'm at now. So the point of this video, for everybody watching it, if there's something that you want to do, then just do it. Don't worry about what other people think. Don't worry about how other people are going to feel about it. Don't worry about if people are going to support you with it. And I'll get into one of those videos too, because I think people need to understand that as well. And understand it takes time. And the amount of effort you put into it is not always going to correlate, and that's okay. But if you can see that you're a better person with the amount of work you put in, it made you better than when it did when you didn't, then you're doing the right thing. Because sometimes it's going to take years to craft and to be a master at something you want to do. And it's not, this is not the movie. I love movies, but this ain't the movies. This is not television. This is reality. It's going to take time. And all those people you see that are able to do things like celebrities or musicians, I guarantee you, every single one of them had to work. It wasn't just given to them. Because if it was, then 9 times out of 10, those people where it was just given to them, they don't appreciate it and they'll lose it really quick. Because the other thing is, when you're able to achieve greatness, you're able to do great things, you appreciate it more because of all the sacrifice and the work you had to put into it. You have more respect for it. I have more respect for being a realtor now than when I first started. And that doesn't mean I didn't respect it when I first started. I just have a better understanding, a better grasp, and I treasure it. Because not everybody gets to do what I want to do. And the same thing goes for playing my guitar. Because not everybody can play an instrument. Not everybody has the determination, the resilience, the patience to continue to work on a lick or to work on a chord or work on a song that they might think other people it comes natural. Because it can be discouraging and it can be intimidating when you see people playing or people being great as realtors or in any profession. You think like, well, they can do that, but I can't. No, you can do it. They were there. They didn't just start out like knowing everything. Somebody had to teach them too. They had to go through struggles. They had to go through their own personal demons to be able to get where they're at now. It wasn't just given to them. There's just a very small select where it is. But I guarantee you that is not the majority of the population. And the sooner you understand that, the easier it'll be for you to go out and do those things you want to do. Whether it's being a better singer, a better musician, a better professional, or even if you're trying to do something with one of your hobbies, you want to be better at one of your hobbies, whatever it is that you do, whether you're an art, whether you build or you weld or you put things together or whatever it is. Just understand some of it you might have these little hurdles where everything's going smooth and then you're going to have a situation where how do you overcome it? And that's okay. I look forward to, not all the time, but most of the time I look forward to little challenges every once in a while. I look forward to it because I know it's going to make me better. So with that being said, if you have any questions, feel free to give me a call, text me, or shoot me an email. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Take care.